Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror the card game today. This is the second scenario of my Dream Eaters campaign on the Dream side with Luke and Tommy, and actually playing this before the, or at least story-wise, before the Mandy and Tony side, because I haven't made the decisions on the interlude yet, and what we're going to do with the bag as far as that. I hadn't decided yet. So we're playing this with the same bag that we started with, and that will give us, if we look at the tokens, we have 3 skulls, we have 2 tablets, and an occultist. So the bag's not too bad. Okay. So this is Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. We're adding this into the campaign, so this is kind of a dream-esque version of this. Probably should be filled with cats. But oh hey, I just realized that this was flipped over. So we didn't see that. Nobody saw that. Nobody knows what that is. And maybe there's cat police officers. I don't know. But anyway, this is kind of the nightmarish. Tommy wakes up. He was told to come to this room, 225. There's a murder. He starts with a murder weapon, and there's the person dead, and he's implicated in this murder, so they've got to try to solve it out. Making sure the board is set up correctly there. So anyway, we had to spend 3 XP to do this, so they didn't get to spend all their XP last time. You can see how I made the upgrades in the video below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and drop opening hands. And this is for Tommy. Oh, before I do, I will say on Stick to the Plan, I've got the only 3 cards he can take that go on Stick to the Plan. They're all economy cards. We've got Ever Vigilant, Active Desperation, and Emergency Cash. So if he gets low on funds, he's got a way to get going with them. Okay, so here's his 5 cards for Tommy. Looking for soaks, a weapon, that kind of stuff. Well, scene the crime, take the initiative. 45 Thompson's good. I don't know that we need the True Grit. Do we need the scene of the crime? Getting clues is good, actually. But I don't know. I'm going to keep this one, but maybe for the intellect icon. And then we'll throw away the True Grit. Keep the Thompson so we have a way to fight. And we'll get 2 more resources. Actually, no, we'll keep the True Grit. We can put that into play with the Ever Vigilant. Yeah, keep the True Grit. We're going to draw 1 more card. Okay, we got the leather coat. So we're going to have lots of damage soak, which is not really what he needs, but okay, and then Luke is going to draw up. We're looking for the Hawkeye folding cameras. Some allies. Oh, we have to keep the tower. That's unfortunate. We can immediately replace Detached from Reality. Renfield. He's good later on, not right away. But I think I pitched this entire hand. Because I can't pitch the tower, but I really want some way to boost, because otherwise we're going to be in a very difficult situation to be able to get clues. So, okay, we got a premonition. Okay, well, we've got the right of seeking. We need a way to boost. Okay, recall the future. That is a way to boost. And Mr. Rook, so we can find the cards we need. All right. I'm tempted to Mr. Rook out the Hawkeye folding camera. Alright, let's take a look at the agenda and the act. The agenda is the murder. When you come to, you are standing over the man's body. You recoil immediately at the grisly sight. Multiple stab wounds perforate his chest. Blood spills onto the floor. What happened here? And why can't you remember a thing? There's only one investigator. There's not. So, we don't need to worry about that part. Okay. And then it's a 3 doom threshold. And then, what happened? Your head is spinning as you try to make sense of the situation. Empty bottles are scattered about the room.
Your hands tingle. The shadows seem to coil and writhe about you. Were you drugged? Or is this something else entirely? Spin 2 clues as a group. Draw the top card of the leads deck. And if we have 2 leads, we can advance.
So the leads deck is over here. And that will tell us kind of how the scenario plays out. We get 2 of those and we'll advance. We're in 2 different locations because Tommy is the one who's implicated in the murder with the murder weapon. He starts in room 225, which is a 3 shroud, 2 clue location. You can test 3 willpower. If you succeed, remember the investigators cleaned up the blood. You can test 3 fight. If you succeed, remember that the investigators hid the body. You can test 3 intellect. If you succeed, remember that the investigators tidied up the room. So we have to decide if we want to do all those things, and I think he probably can pass those, so we're probably going to do them. And we are in the foyer. So this one they're split up. Luke starts in the foyer since he wasn't there for the actual murder thing. 2 clues, 2 shroud. It has a resign option. You flee the scene of the crime. Or there's also a forced. When you attempt to move out of the foyer while there's at least 1 guest enemy here, you test agility X, where X is the number of guest enemies here. If you fail, you must spend 1 additional action to move out of the foyer. So this is definitely where I'm going to try to get some clues there. To get his Hawkeye folding camera, if we can get it in play, beefed up a bit. But we've got... it's going to take us a few actions to do that. So I want Tommy to go first because I want to see if I can clean up the scene of the crime so that nobody thinks that we're guilty. So the first thing I'm going to do is... he starts in play with this bloody dagger. I should show that. So it has an action, fight. You get +2 for this attack. It does not do extra damage. Or you can exhaust it and take 1 horror and fight. You get +2 and do +1 damage for this attack. So that is a 2 damage attack. If it defeats an enemy, you get to draw a card. So we do have a weapon. Also, notice the traits. It's item, weapon, melee, cursed, ? Fun times. All right. So right away, we're just going to try this willpower test with... we have 3 willpower. We're going to take the initiative from Tommy to try and do the willpower test. So here we go. Up by 3. Okay, +1. So we'll just put a little marker here that we've done the willpower test. Okay, then Luke is going to play Premonition. So I want to see if he can beat the intellect test. Alright, that is the skull, which will be, that is worth the number of guessing in place, so it's 0. So yeah, he can go ahead and he'll take the test to do the intellect test. So we have now we have hid the body. We have cleaned up the blood. No, we've not moved the body. We've tidied up the room. So we still got to do the fight test. We don't really have a way to boost fight. We could throw the leather coat at it. I don't know if I want to do that, but I just kind of want. I just kind of want to. So we're gonna throw the leather coat at it to be up by 2. We're at 4-5 to beat 3. It's pretty good odds. Just get this all out of the way right now. -1. Okay, so we have cleaned up the crime scene completely for his first turn. I don't know if we'll regret discarding that leather coat or not, but it seems like an efficient first turn. Okay, so Luke is going to spend 3, 4, 5 resources to play Mr. Rook with 3 charges. And Recall the Future. He's got both of those out. We're going to investigate. We are at 3v2. We will name the -2 on the Recall the Future. Let's investigate. Tablet is -3. We can place one of our clues on your equation, but we don't have one, so we just failed that test. We're going to have Mr. Rook going 9 deep, looking for the Hawkeye folding camera. And probably will get his weakness, but it's okay. Okay. Well, I don't see a weakness. I do see a Hawkeye folding camera. We will go ahead and grab it. And that's actually pretty good shape, so hopefully we can start buffing his willpower next turn. Well, probably not next turn, but soon enough. Okay, we're going to do upkeep. So Tommy will get Solemn Vow and a resource. Oh, there's our other clue getting tech for Luke is Sixth Sense. He's got a resource. He's got too much stuff he wants to be able to afford to get. Okay. But I think getting his willpower up with the camera is more important. We are at 1 of 3 doom. And we're drawing a counter card. This is for Tommy. Gets a hotel guest. Spawn at the nearest hall location. Okay. He is aloof. He patrols to the nearest crime scene location. At the end of the enemy phase, if hotel guest is at a crime scene location, add 1 doom to the hotel guest. You can parlay to test willpower or intellect. If you succeed, discard the hotel guest. So he will go here. Because he gets the doom at the end of the enemy phase, he would cause us to advance if we don't deal with him. Alright, and then Luke will get Conspicuous Staff. He spawns at the nearest crime scene location. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Prey is the most clues. So he is going to, I think the nearest crime scene location is here. So this is a little bit unfortunate. And of course we can murder the hotel guest, but then he goes into the victory display, and we kind of don't want to do that. So we also do not want to advance if we can afford it. So I think I'm regretting not... Well, I don't really have a good horror soak anyway, so... I guess Tommy is going to take a horror and exhaust the dagger. So he's going at 4-5 to beat 3. This was not innocent, this hotel staff. Okay, that is a failure. And now we are kind of in a difficult spot. Oh, wait. This gave us +2. So we're at 6. Actually, we killed him. Okay. Just kidding. Math. Okay. Oh, whew. Okay, so he draws a card because he killed an enemy. And he gets a vicious blow. Okay. So, action number 2. Tommy will move into, and then we can look at this second floor. Okay, so there are 2 clues, 2 shroud. And after it has this free trigger, after you end this location, you may immediately move to a connecting location. If you do, reveal a random token. If it's a spooky token, draw the top card of the encounter deck, which I have no desire to do that. This guy's aloof, so he doesn't do anything. So we could commit a lot of cards, but we're going to commit Look What I Found to try and parlay with this guy. So, committing Look What I Found, going up by 2 for the parlay, and this will get rid of him if we're successful. I realize that it would be better if we weren't losing to the -3s. -2. Okay, so he is gone. So, okay, so Luke can do his things. He's going to, let's see. What do we miss? Could we Mr. Rook for? Yeah, we'll investigate, and then we'll Mr. Rook at the end. So again, the -2 on the Recall the Future. Okay, we're investigating again. On the Recall the Future, -2. We're not hitting these very hard. -1, we got the clue. Okay, we don't want to get the last clue because we want to be able to play the Hawkeye folding camera to get, before we do that, I'm going to say we're just going to grab a resource because we want to play Sixth Sense anyway. So we'll grab a resource for last action. Then we're going to Mr. Rook. We'll tap him and we will do top 9. Okay. Looking for weakness first. Okay, no weakness. What do we get? Anything here worth having? I was hoping to get some economy. Drawn to the Flame, I think I'll just take that. It's a way to power up that camera really fast. Oh, Tommy still has 6 resources because I didn't end up playing the Thompson. Okay, and now look what I found. Okay, so we're doing upkeep. Okay, Tommy gets another look what I found. And a Holy Rosary. Oh, that's pretty good for running around with some high willpower. And he looks at 3 resources. We will need some high willpower. We're at 2 doom. Tommy will get Noxious Fumes. We can test Agility 3 to attempt to flee, or Fight 4 to attempt to hold your breath. For each point you fail by, take a damage. We will definitely test Fight 4. Or Fight 3. So we're at 1 up on that. I need to get my soaks out. Okay, he takes 2 damage. And then Luke will get Mr. Trombley. Oh my goodness. Okay. He's a 4/5/4. After he enters play, immediately resolve the hunter and patrol keywords on each other staff member in play. He's going to spawn in the foyer, which is on our good friend Luke Robinson. Okay. Okay, yeah. Resolve the hunter and patrol key. Okay. He's worth victory 1. He's a 4/5/4. Clearly, we need to deal with him. Okay, so play the Thompson, move, and engage. I just hate to take another horror, but I think we can. Alright, so we will ever vigilant. Tommy will ever vigilant to play the Thompson for 5 and True Grit for 2. So 5, 6, 7. No, 5, 6, 7, and we have 6. Did we forget to take a resource? No. Oh wait, no, we have 7 resources, right? Okay, so we have 7 resources. Okay. And then we will move in. we will engage Mr. Trombley. There's 5 ammo in this. Okay, so that is his turn. He's going to get whacked. Hopefully we can find a horror soak at some point. So now Luke is going to spend 2 resources to put down the Hawkeye folding camera. He will investigate. He's at 3, B2. We'll -2 on the Recall the Future. -3. Okay. Last time we're investigating, saying the -2 on the Recall the Future. I guess actually Tommy's going to commit. Look what I found to this. So that puts him up to 3, 4, 5, 6. B2. So he's up by 4. So we don't need to do anything on the Recall the Future. No, 3, 4, 5. He's up by 3. So we'll do the -4 on the Recall the Future. Elder Sign. Okay, cool. Means we get a charge on Gate Bucks. And we get this clue. We have enough clues to get a lead now, and we'll put a charge on the Hawkeye folding camera, which gets his blow up to 5, which is not too bad. And the next time we can Holy Rosary if we want. Okay, cool. Mr. Trombley will whack. And we'll put. Tommy's gonna go ahead and put a Solemn Vow onto while he's here because it's fast onto Luke. Okay, so Mr. Trombley hits. We do 2 damage. He takes a horror, and I put 2 damage on True Grit. And that is that. Now it's time for upkeep. Tommy will get lucky. It's a good thing to have when you're fighting with a boss level thing. Luke will draw a barricade. We can shut the Arkham officers into room 225 with that. Okay, so we advance the agenda. As you retrace your steps to make sense of the situation, there is a pounding on the door to the suite. "This is the police," a stern voice calls out. "We've gotten reports of disturbance. Open up." Put the set-aside Sergeant Monroe into play in the foyer. Here's Sergeant Monroe, who is the ally that we would like to get for Tommy, if we can. He may be assigned damage and or horror dealt to any investigator's location, even if he's uncontrolled. We're spawning in the foyer, so he'll be good for if anything damage-wise happens to happen. He's a big guard dog. When he is dealt any amount of damage or horror, exhaust him, deal that much damage to a non-innocent enemy at his location. Any investigator at Sergeant Monroe's location may trigger this ability. So that's pretty cool. Also notice it's 2 days until retirement. Of course it is. So he spawns here. Okay, and then we set aside 1 Arkham officer enemy at the 2nd floor hall. So let's go grab one of those. They are 332. They're going to patrol to the nearest location with clues. At the end of the enemy phase, move 1 clue to Arkham Officer from its location, flipping it to its doom side. You can parlay test 3 willpower. If you succeed, either automatically evade the Arkham Officer or flip one of its doom to its clue side and take control of it. So actually, they'll kind of get clues for us, which is kind of nice. May not want to shut them away. Okay, so anyway, that's him. The other 2 are going to get shuffled into the... there's 3 of them in total. They're going to get shuffled in.
And then the lead investigator draws the "What have you done?" weakness. So that would be this. It's a as an additional cost for you to parlay, you must discard a card at random from your hand. Ooh. And you can take an action to shuffle it back into your deck. So he's got this weakness now. Okay, and then for each of the following circumstances, which is true, basically for each of those things that we have not done, but we've done them all, so we don't add clues and we don't add doom to the Arkham officer. So we're in good shape there.
And finally, we will read the...
I have these messed up somehow. Okay.
We'll read the second agenda.
Special investigation. You're not the only ones interested in the strange events at the Excelsior tonight, and the police are onto you. You're still not sure what happened, or if it could happen again. Forced, after an investigator at the same location as a ready police enemy discovers one or more clues at that location, or deals damage to a humanoid enemy, each ready police enemy at that location engages that investigator and makes an immediate attack. And it's a 12 doom threshold. That special ability is why I did not want to let Trombley come up here, because he would be at the same location as the Arkham officer, which would have created problems for me. That's why I decided to just tank the damage instead. Okay, so 12 doom threshold, we can do this. We're going to draw a card. We get Driven to Madness. If there are no humanoid enemies in play, Driven to Madness gains Surge. Otherwise, attach Driven to Madness to the nearest humanoid enemy. Attached enemy gets +1 fight, +1 health, and +1 evade. Attached enemy loses aloof. Investigators cannot parlay with attached enemy. Forced, after attached enemy is evaded, discard Driven to Madness. He goes into Mr. Trombley, making him a 5/6/4, which is awful, actually. I'm only going to be going at not a lot. I don't know how to... This is a problem. This is a big problem. Okay, and then we get incriminating evidence attached to the... This is Luke. Attached to the nearest non-crime scene location, which is where we're at. That shroud location gains the crime scene trait and gets +2 shroud. When you successfully investigate, attach location. Instead of discarding clues, discard incriminating evidence, which is a free trigger. So it makes this a bigger shroud. Okay, so this is a problem in that Mr. Trombley is a big boy, and we are only going at 4, 5, 6 to beat 5. And I don't know how we could possibly evade him. Okay. So Tommy's going to go first. He is going to attack using the 45 Thompson, committing the vicious blow, which will get him at 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 5. Okay, +1, we do 3 damage. So it's 3 of 6 damage that we need to do. And then we are going to play Emergency Cash off of our Sticks to Plan, which will give us attack of opportunity, which we will put onto Sergeant Monroe, the 2 damage and horror. And he will deal it right back to Mr. Trombley and put him in the victory display. Janky, yes. I don't regret that. And I get 3 resources. Then I will take his last action to spend these 2 clues to reveal, find out what we've got here as the top of our lead deck. Is the manager's key. So we put it in our play area. When you're defeated, give it to another player. So that is cool. Okay, so what is Luke going to do? We can't get the clues at the Arkham officer's location, but we can get them in room 225. So that seems like a good... You just kind of go up there, get those clues, and then, yeah. Alright, so Luke will move, and then he will play Drawn to the Flame.
He will draw an encounter card. Oh, actually, Okay, so actually I'm having second thoughts about this. Rather than going here and here, I'm going to go ahead and use Mr. Rook because I would love to get a crack the case so we can get some economy going. So, looking at the top 9 cards. Okay, so we did get the detached reality, so he's going to go to his unhappy place. Let's see, we can still, yeah, grab the crack the case. And that'll be a good card for us, just to accelerate what we're able to do. Okay, so he is here. I don't think he can beat and investigate 6, right? He can be investigating at. Well, actually, we might be able to do it. Beat as 6 to avoid the horror. Alright. So, first action, take a resource. Second action, spend all of his resources to play 6 cents. So, we've got. Alright, we'll just put it down here. Along with maybe recall the future. Okay. And then we can investigate. 6 cents gives us a 2 willpower boost. So we'd be at 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 6. We'll investigate selecting the -2 on recall the future. And maybe we'll get out of here without taking horror. You'd have to be lucky, but that's okay. Mr. Rook can tank it if I need to. Zero. Okay, awesome. So we flip over to this side, which just won't do us any horror. But that's pretty cool. Let me move this up so we can see Mr. Rook here. Alright. Alright, so that is the end of this round, or this investigate phase. Arkham Officer. Oh, there's only 1 there. He eats that and turns it into a Doom. And then we'll draw cards. Tommy will get a guard dog. I need some horror soak. Tommy. Oh, another Hawkeye folding camera. Wow. I mean, as nice as that would be, I don't know how I'm going to possibly get it out. Actually, I have a good idea how I'm going to get it out. I can take a resource, put it down, and then draw into the flame. Assuming I don't get a bad enemy. Oh, and he has to move. Well, I'm going to move there so I can investigate it. Okay, so we are now at 2 of 12 Doom because of the Arkham Officer. We're drawing Tommy's encounter card. Violent Outburst. There's no humanoid enemies in play. There's the encounter deck for discard pile for a humanoid enemy. Draw it and shuffle it in the encounter deck. Otherwise, the nearest humanoid enemy readies moves one time a location until it reaches your location, engages you, and makes an immediate attack. So the Arkham Officer is going to come here, engage him, and do an attack, which we will put on True Grit, which gives us 3 resources and goes back into our deck. So this is unfortunate. We can parlay to evade him, which is probably what we'll have to do, because we don't want to fight an officer. I mean, Tommy is an officer. And Luke with blood on your hands. Test 2 willpower. Increase the difficulty of this test by 1 for each innocent enemy in the victory display, which is none. If you fail, take 2 horror. If you're at a crime scene location, you must also choose and discard a card from your hand. That's if you fail. Yes. So we do not want to discard cards from our hand. So we're going at we're at 5b2. Not too bad. We will put the -4 on Recall the Future. Okay, -4. Okay, the power of Recall the Future gives us +2, so we pass that test. We have to exhaust it. Okay, I think I'm gonna have, we'll have Luke go ahead and go. He's gonna take a resource for his first action, spend 2 resources for his second action to play another Hawkeye folding camera. Just put these, stack these right here, and then he's going to draw into the flame. So he draws an encounter card, which is a conspicuous staff, nearest crime scene location, which is on him. He gets 2 clues. And he will play Crack the Case to get 3 resources. And he gets on this Hawkeye folding camera and 1 on that Hawkeye folding camera. So now his intellect is 4, although I don't really need it to be high. But the other, now his willpower is 6, which is fantastic. Now we will go ahead and use a charge off his gate box to put his Dream Gate into play and move to it, disengaging from this conspicuous staff, who we do not want to mess with. Okay. And then Tommy is going to evade this Arkham officer. He's going at 2v2, but he's got a lucky. +1. Okay. Arkham officer is evaded. So we will go ahead and we'll spend the 2 clues from Luke and get to the other lead, which is going to be the Tome of Rituals. So they're going to be bad boys. Okay, so we put it into play in our play area. When you're defeated, give control of the Tome of Rituals to another investigator. Okay. We're going to have to really... It's a good thing this is a dream. Okay, so now we have to advance the act. So this says... Okay, it isn't much, but it's all we've got. Your only real option now is to explore the rest of the hotel and see what you can learn. Put each set-aside location of the set-aside locations into play. Remove the remainder of the leads deck from the game. Depending on which lead assets are in play, shuffle 6 cards into the encounter deck as follows, along with the encounter discard pile, and it gives you, there's just these different sets, and you got to put in the treacheries based on the sets. So we've got to put all the locations into play, and so I'll go ahead and do that, and I will be back shortly. Welcome back. I've got this crazy map all laid out with all the stuff on here. 2 things we should be aware of on the locations is that this office here has a test agility 3 to pick the lock from the basement, but it says the door to the office is locked. You cannot enter it unless you control the manager's key. So we have the manager's key, so we don't need to use the backdoor method of doing it. And then this room 212 has a test agility 4 to attempt to pick the lock. If you succeed, reveal room 212. So I don't think we're going to be picking the lock with our agility here. So, and then let's look at the new act. So this is Act 2A, following leads. Thanks to the leads you have discovered in the suite, you're fairly sure whoever framed you is still in the hotel.
The only real question is where to find this person. Looking at the leads you found, you feel like the answers are right in front of you. Objective: learn more about your leads by placing clues on them, using abilities on some locations. The more clues, the better. At the end of the round, you may choose to advance if each lead asset has at least 2 clues on it. Hint: if you wish to present this evidence to the police, which we do, you need to have at least 4 clues on each lead asset. So
that is our goal, but more of our goal is going to be that we want to get victory points, which almost all of these rooms have victory points. So Tommy has one last turn. He's going to go ahead because he has a manager's key. He can move into the office. So the office has 4 clues. It's 3 shroud. You can test 0 intellect for each point you succeed by. You may move 1 clue controlled by an investigator in the office manager to the manager's key if it's in play. So we'd like to get those clues. That was Tommy's last action. Luke has to pick a location, so he will go there, and it'll be good to investigate. The contiguous staff will hunt here. The Arkham officer will hunt towards the nearest location with clues. We're going to make it the second floor, hall floor, because we don't want him to come to us, because we want to be able to investigate. So he eats that clue. And then we'll draw up cards. So Tommy will get True Grit, another one. He needs his teddy bear. Okay, and then Luke will get an Unexpected Courage. Could we pick that walk up there? It's a foreign ability. I don't know. And he gets a resource. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are at 4 of 12 Doom. I'll draw on a counter card. We have blood on our hands. Okay, this is for Tommy to avoid taking horror. He's going at 2 willpower. I think he'll commit True Grit to this. Does he? Try and pass it. We do not want to take 2 horror. Are we at a crime scene location? We are not, so we didn't have to discard a card. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and commit True Grit to this. Be 2 up. We do have lucky. So we're at 4B2 to pass this. I just can't have him keep taking all this horror. -2. Oh, okay, well, I'll live with that. Okay, and then Luke will get... Okay, attach to the nearest non-crime scene location. It becomes crime scene. Okay, so now the shroud suddenly got very, very high. But that is okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is spend 2 resources and play Holy Rosary. Let's put it down here in Mr. Rook, I guess. Or 6 cents. Okay, so now he is at 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. He's going at 9v5 on investigating this. I don't think we care about getting rid of the crime scene location, so it's an optional thing. 9v5, we're up by 4. We don't need to do the. We don't need to. But it's not exhausted. Do you recall the future? Okay, -2. I got a clue. Last action. He's investigating again. (9v5). Zero. Okay. We got 2 clues, so we're getting close to where we need to be. All right, what's I think Tommy is just going to draw for cards, looking for. Well, first of all, he'll spend 3 to put down his guard dog. Okay, and then we're going to just draw for more horse oak. So 2 actions. Well, yeah, let's draw. Scene of the crime. Okay. And he will draw again. Steadfast. Well, at least he can pass. Test. Oh. Yeah, Luke could have played actually Barricade and given them more time. But he didn't, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so the Arkham officer and the conspicuous staff both come toward us. Upkeep. Tommy will get Rookie Mistake. Okay, just shuffles back in because we have nothing with damage or horror on it, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. It's kind of a waste of a card. Draw. Luke. Order Protection. Could be fun. 3 resources. We are at 5 of 12 Doom. Got that too, Doom. And Tommy will get Violent Outburst. Okay. Oh, this is actually not bad. If there's no humanoid enemy play, search. Okay, otherwise, the nearest humanoid enemy readies this guy will come in and attack. So he takes damage and horror, which will put on guard dog to kill him. Put it back on him, and we'll get 2 resources for that. And we'll shuffle guard dog back into our deck. I just didn't want to take that horror. Okay. And then Luke will get Hotel Security. Nearest empty location. It's a hunter. Retaliate. If at least 1 guest enemy in play, he gains patrol nearest enemy with a guest. Okay. So I guess the nearest empty location is going to be here in the basement. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, as counterintuitive as it is, we're going to save the scene of the crime. I think I could use it better later. Luke is going to move into the basement. This guy comes onto him. There's 2 clues, and it's 4 shroud, 2 clues. If you succeed, move an enemy. Okay, after you defeat an enemy in the basement, move any number of clues controlled by an investigator to the Tome of Rituals if it is in play. That's 2 clues at this shroud. So you have to defeat enemies to do this. There are 2 clues here. Okay. So we are going to evade. We are at 3v2 to evade this hotel security. We are going to evade up by 1. We will say the -2 on the call the future. -1. He is evaded. Okay, and then we will go ahead and we will investigate up by a lot. We're at 9, right before. Okay, up by 5. -2. So we got 1 of the 2 clues we need. Okay. Tommy will spend 2 resources to play Scene of the Crime and get those 2 clues that are here. He is going to punch this guy. He's at 4. I think he'll just use the Thompson. This is a 4x6 V3. Elder Sign does what? Okay, I can move damage and horror around, but I don't have soaks. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, this guy's dead. Okay, and then I will move in my last action to the basement so that I can deal with hotel security. Alright, so hotel security goes here. The Arkham officer comes here. Oh, because I wasn't thinking well. And eats this last clue. It's not too bad. We can evade him. Okay, and then we get Tommy will get Enchanted Blade. Well, at least we have a weapon. Luke with another Recall the Future. Getting 2 of those out, and I will be in really good shape. Alright. So now we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's call Doom. And we get an encounter card. Tommy will get Hotel Guest at the nearest hall location, which is going to be here. At the end of the aiming phase, if it's at a crime scene location, add 1 Doom to Hotel Guest. So he's going to be there generating Doom, unfortunately. Okay, and then we get a Hotel Security spawn in the nearest empty location. Okay, so another one of these guys. This is going to be unfortunate. We have enough clues to do the Tome of Ritual thing, but we have to deal with this Arkham officer who's sitting here being aloof. Okay, so Luke will parlay with him. He is at 4. He's at 5, 6, 7. 7 willpower, 7v3. We're going to exhaust him, which you can do with the... There's a way, because when you parlay, you can automatically evade it, so that's nice. Okay, so we're up by 3. We will Recall the Future on the -4. +1. So we're exhausting him. Okay, we're going to parlay with him to get 1 of the Doom off because we can get clues that way. And because we need to stop generating Doom. So same thing, Recall the Future is the -4. 0. So this Doom goes away, and we get a clue. And then for our last action, we're actually going to play Barricade on our own location, which is not normally what I do, but so non-elite enemies cannot move in or out, so this hotel security can't come. Actually, he'll go to the guest anyway. We don't need to do that. Do we? Okay. Okay, so yeah, we won't play the Barricade. We could play the Barricade up there to prevent him from going to the hotel guest, actually, couldn't we? Yeah, that'll stop him dead. Okay, yeah, actually, last action we'll put the Barricade up here because we can play an event as if we were at a connected location. And the Barricade will prevent any enemies from moving in there. And he won't hunt to us because his patrol is to that guy. So there's no logic that would have him change to the next priority. Okay, so cool. So that's Luke's turn. Tommy is going to shoot this hotel guest with... Okay, he's at 4, 5, 6 to be 4. -2. So he does 2 damage to him. We will do another shot. 6 to 4.
-3, we will spend a resource and play lucky. And he will be dead, and we can move as many clues as we want onto the Tome of Rituals, which we will put 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got our 4 clues in the Tome of Rituals. Now we just got to do the other one, which is the Commander's Key, which is in that next location over. Okay, we have 1 action left. Do we draw looking for more horror soak? I think so, because next turn we're going to move in, kill the other hotel security. And we'll draw, and we get... Oh, hey, another lucky. I'm perfectly happy with that. Okay, cool. Alright, so Hunter, he doesn't do anything. He readies, but doesn't move. There's no clues for him to get anyway. Hotel guest generates a doom. And we'll get cards and resources. We will get another scene of crime. And a resource. Luke will get another Holy Rosary. And a resource. Excellent. Alright, we are now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 12 doom. And Tommy will get Violent Outburst. If there's no humanoid enemies in play, that's unfortunate. Well, we're going to take 2 damage from this hotel security. Oh, wait, no, it's the Arkham officer. Attacks him. Does damage. Okay, so the Arkham officer does damage to him. Alright, and then Luke will get, Noxious Fumes. And he is going to Word of Protection this. I do not want all of that to happen. So, he'll spend a resource and take a horror, which we'll put on Mr. Rook, and Word of Protection that. And we will be in good shape. Okay. So, here's where I think we do this. Luke is going to parlay this guy, the Arkham officer. So he's up by 3. He's going to name Recall the Future as the -4. Okay, that's the number of guest enemies in play, which is 1. So that's that, and he gets clue. He's going to do it again. -3. We still pass. This time, instead of taking the clue, we're gonna exhaust him so that he's off of Tommy. And then we're gonna have to take 1 more action so that we can try and get that last doom off of him. Okay. Doom is gone, and we're at 4 clues, which is good because we have the clues we need to put on here. Alright, so now it's Tommy's turn. Tommy is going to go and engage the hotel security. He's going to take a shot with the Thompson. He's got a lucky in hand. He's at 6, B4. That is -1 if there's any enemy in the victory display. There is not. So he takes 2 damage. And then we're going to go for a huge overkill, but it is what it is. We are going to play Act of Desperation off of Stick to the Plan. So we're going to discard the 45 Thompson. That gives us +6, so we're at 10, B4. Elder Sign. We could move, again, our damage and horror that we don't have. But he is dead.
And we get 6 resources. I just need things to play with these 6 resources. Well, I have the enchanted blade at least. Okay, so that is the end of that turn. The Arkham officer readies. Hotel guest gets 2 doom. We will draw up. Tommy will get a vicious blow. And another resource. He's got like 15 resources. Friends with Preston. Okay, and then, we get to crack the case for Luke. Well, I don't know that he's going to need it, but he's got enough to pay off the tower for some, which is kind of nice. Okay, so we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doom. And we will draw a card. Counter card for Tommy. We'll get Cultist of the Enclave. Spawns in the basement. After he attacks, reveal a random if his symbol. Okay. Gross. Okay. That is very unfortunate. Indeed. Okay. And then we're going to draw a hotel guest. Spawns in the nearest hall location. It's right here. So we're going to get 2 more doom at the end of this. The problem is Tommy has all the clues that we need. And it's a test intellect 0. Because if Tommy could just do the test, that'd be great. But he doesn't really have intellect that he can do. Wow, this is going to be something else. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Luke is going to parlay with the Arkham officer to exhaust him. He's up by 3. He will we'll call the feature on -4. Okay, you got a -1. Arkham officer is exhausted. Luke will gatebox to put the Dream Gate into play, leaving this Cultist of the Enclave behind. Second action, he will move. Third action, he's going to parlay this hotel guest with willpower, which is willpower 3. Again, up by 3, he will, this is his third action. Recall the feature is -4. Alright. We get rid of this guy and his 2 doom. Oh, Luke has all the clues that we need. Okay, so Tommy can't even do it. Okay, so Tommy will spend, well, let me do this. Okay. He'll spend 3 resources. Enchanted blade, really? Yeah, he's not going to. Luke is going to come in here. Cultist of the Enclave engages him. He will attack him at 4/5e3 with a vicious blow. -3, he will spend 1 to Lucky. Cultist is dead. So he moved, attacked, and then he'll move back so that we are ready to handle that guy. We're ready to do the test next turn. Okay, that is it. Hotel guest gets doom. Tommy will get a leather coat, more damage soak. Luke will get trolling. He could fight. 6 resources. Okay. We are at 8 of 8 of 12 Doom. And Tommy will get Blood on his Hands. Okay, he'll commit Steadfast to this, which is worth, let's see, he has 5 and 4. So this is worth 2 willpower icons. So he's at 5 to beat 2. 5 to beat 2. Okay, minus 3 is good enough. And then Luke. Driven to Madness. Okay, okay, if there are no humanoid enemies in play, gain surge, otherwise to the nearest humanoid enemy. Attached enemy gets +1 fight, evade, attached enemy loses aloof. Messengers cannot parlay. Attached enemy. Dang it. That's gonna slow us down. Do I have a cancel? I don't think I do. Alright, so that means the hotel guest loses aloof. So we evade him. He's a 3 evade. Okay. If we evade him, we'd be going at 3v3. We can't commit cards because of the silly tower. Alright, what we're going to do, we will use Gatebox to put his location back into play. Where is it? He disengages from this and he goes to, and this goes away. Wait. I took it off the Hawkeye folding camera. And actually, I feel like his intellect should have been. We didn't get the clue off that one. That's right. Okay. But we did get the. No, we weren't here when we got the last clue off that. Okay, so we go to his Dreamgate, which is up here. Should have been removed, but whatever. That was a free trigger. Second action, he will move here. Or first action, he'll move there. He'll spend 4 resources to play the tower. Let's get that out of our hand. Okay, and then we will do this test. We're testing at intellect 0, and he's at 4 versus 0. We'll commit crack the case to be 5v0. And we will go ahead and let's see. For Recall the Future, I guess we'll pick the -2. Actually, we moved, played the tower. We'll spend 2 more resources and play our other Recall the Future. So we got both of them out. And we'll pick the -1 and -2 because we're at 4v0. Oh, we're at 5v0 because we committed crack the case. So 5v0, and we'll commit Rite of Seeking to be 6v0. And then we'll put the -3 or the -3 and the -4 on Recall the Future. Actually, the -3 and the tablets on Recall the Future. Okay, the number of guest enemies plays is -1, so we succeed by, we were at 6, we succeed by 5, we can put 5 clues, we only have 4 clues, but we got 4 clues, and now we could advance if we wanted to. But, we've got time. We have time, right, because we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we could go get some other victory points, right? Okay, so that was Luke's turn. Oh, actually, okay, I couldn't have played the Recall the Future and done that.
So, fortunately, it worked out because I didn't draw one of those things. I'm taking this back because I moved, played the tower, and then I had to investigate. Yeah. Okay. Or actually, to keep this more integrity, we'll say that I played the Recall the Future and not the tower. Since I named both those tokens, and that makes it basically about right. Okay, so I think Tommy's going to draw a card. He gets self-centered. Okay, so he can't commit cards to other people's tests. It's kind of okay. We will draw another card. Get his rookie mistake, which shuffles back in, and then we'll play the leather coat. The last action. I have 2 peacocks in this deck. I don't think I've seen either one in this scenario. Okay, Hotel Guest generates a second Doom. There's no clues for our officer to hunt. Tommy will get a beat cop, and he has resources to pay for it, and by a lot. Okay, and then Tommy will get a word of protection. Could have used that last time. And we are now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of 12 Doom. Might be time to file an outburst. If there are no human enemies at play, no, there is one. He's going to come attack us. So this hotel guest is going to come attack us and put damage onto the leather coat. And then Luke will get hotel guest nearest hall location. So I keep generating Doom here. And actually, they would cause enough Doom for us to advance, I think. Alright. So, I wish I had played the tower. Because I can't commit this unexpected courage to do anything. So he can engage and evade and then parlay. And if we fail to do that, then we'll have to go ahead and advance. Okay, that makes loads of sense. I can't believe I didn't put this Enchanted Blade into play. What am I thinking? I have no way to fight. Alright, so Luke will engage this for the first action. This hotel guest. He will evade. He's at 3v3. And he will call the future the -1 and the -2. Actually, this is like a really bad plan. Okay, so actually, before he engages, he will spend 4 resources to play the tower. Then he will engage. For his last action, he's going to commit unexpected courage, so he's 2 up on the evade, and then he will do the -3 and the tablet on Recall the Future. Okay, it's auto-fail. So, that is not... We are going to advance with Doom this turn. I think. If we do not do something about these guys. So, that's not a big deal. We have enough to advance, so we'll do that advance. Tommy will spend 3 resources to play the Enchanted Blade. Let's move this other code down here with 3 charges on it. I'll spend 4 resources to play a Beat Cop. And then what is he going to do? I don't mind that hotel guest.
Okay. That is it. This hotel guest hits Luke for damage. He gets another doom. This one gets another doom. Arkham officer should have been ready a long time ago. Whatever. Okay, and then we will grab Tommy. We'll get Becky. Okay, so we have Becky for fighting eventually, and then courage away, and then Luke has Drawn to the Flame. Pretty darn useless. Okay, and then we can at the end of the act, because that's what it says. At the end of the round, you may choose to advance. So we're going to advance because otherwise the doom is going to get us. So I'm not going to read all of the text, but we are going to lie about our involvement, which, so we lie. If we clean up the blood, hit the body, and tidy the room, then, and there's no innocent enemies in the victory display, which is true, then we go to the truth. We go to the truth 6. So the police are on our side. We choose an investigator to take control of Sergeant Monroe. That would be him. And he goes into our threat area, so he actually doesn't go into, he doesn't knock out he doesn't take up an ally slot, which is nice. Just for this scenario. And then we get rid of each copy of Arkham Officer. So this guy goes away, plus there are 2 others that have to get out of the discard pile. Pardon me while I get things set up here. Okay, so it says if the manager's key and some rituals in play, then the Enclave has been performing a terrible ritual for days, including intending to change every last human inside the Excelsior into wretched monstrosities. The staff are the first to change, and if you aren't quick, you will be next. The transformation has already begun. Remove all doom from play. Yay, so we're going to zoom off these hotel guests and all off of this. And I know we get rid of both of these. Advance the act and agenda decks aside. True Culprit 10. So we're looking for the True Culprit 10, which is going to be this one. Okay. Each guest enemy loses victory 0 and loses innocent and gains cultist. Okay, cool. So these hotel guests they don't go to the victory display. Basement gains test 4 willpower or 4 agility. You may remove 1 clue from a lead asset in the basement to reduce the difficulty of this test by 2. If you succeed, remove 1 doom from the agenda. If there's no doom on the agenda, advance. Okay, well, so we're just getting rid of doom from the agenda. Nice. And then what is it going to say? It says, spawn the set-aside Dimensional Shambler in the basement. Let's go find him. He is a 4/8/3 hunter. After Mr. Shambler deals you damage from his attack, reveal a random token from the guest bag. If an autofill is revealed, snatches from this dimension, remove Dimensional Shambler from the game, and you are defeated. Okay. He's a victory 2. Cool. So we want to kill him. And he spawns where? In the basement. Okay, so he's here. Okay, and then we have to put 4 doom on this agenda. So there's 4 doom there. Okay, so we just have to get rid of that doom. But first, we want to kill this Dimensional Shambler, which would be awesome. Okay, so we got to go into fighting mode now. But first, I guess we got to draw some the encounter. So Tommy will get hotel guest. Spawns the nearest hall location, so it's up here. They still have patrol. Nearest crime scene location. Okay. Oh, that's the thing. And the Luke will get hotel security, nearest empty location. So I guess the nearest empty location will be here in the restaurant. Okay, we got enemies galore. So, those hotel guests are going to sit there. They're not hunters, right? They're just going to patrol and create doom. And it's probably okay because we've got a 2 doom threshold. Or we got time. So let's kill that dimensional shambler first. I think that's the first thing to do. So Luke will use his last gate box to go into the dream. Well, wait. He's not going to do that, actually. Tommy is going to move in here. The dimensional shambler comes onto him. Oh, he's massive, actually, so he's just always engaged. Okay. And we will hit him with the enchanted blade. Because of the beat cop, we are at 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 7 before. That's good. Okay, -1. There's no innocent enemies, so we do 2 damage. We're going to do it again. -2. He takes 2 more damage. Okay, and then Luke, he's going to go ahead and go. He will use the gate box, move to the dream gate, disengaging from the hotel guest. He will spend... Oh, we don't have resources to play shriveling. Oh, that is sad. Okay. I think Tommy's okay handling the dimensional shambler by himself, but maybe we grab resources. Oh, we are going to get hit by the dimensional shambler. Can we evade him? Sure. We can try. His evasion is 3. Move. We will... Yeah, we'll move. That's the first action. Second action, we will commit Ward of Protection to be 4 versus 3. And we will pick the -2 and the -3 on Recall the Future. -2. Okay, Recall the Future goes off. He is evaded. So good. Alright, and now we are going to do this test, which is we can take one of these charges to reduce it down to 2 willpower. We're at 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going at 72 to take a doom off. Elder Sign, we can put a charge on the gate box. Will do. And we remove a doom from the agenda. Okay, so that's his 3 turns. This guy readies. Each of these guys generates doom. Lots of doom. We are going to draw a card. We get Cherish Keepsake. Finally. And a resource. And then Luke will get Mr. Rook. Okay. And a resource. And now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a 12 doom. And Tommy will draw Driven to Madness. If there's no humanoid enemies in play. Is he a humanoid? He is not.
It's the nearest humanoid enemy attached. Okay. So I guess we'll just put it on this guy. Make him tough. Now we'll just put on another one of these. Luke could use his Storm of Spirits now. Alright. And then Luke will draw. Conspicuous staff. Nearest crime. Oh, this hotel security would have hunted, though. Nearest crime scene location. Okay. Lots of enemies. Alright. So Tommy will go first. He will use his last charge on this Dimensional Shambler. He's at 4, 5, 6, 7. That is number of guest enemies in play, which is 1, 2, 3. Or do they lose that trait? No. They don't, but it's -3, so we're still up by enough, because this is staff. Okay, so yeah, he takes 3 damage, or he takes 2 damage. Okay. And we will, I suppose, attack. We're at 4b4. That's no good. We'll commit scene of the crime to be 5b4. Wait. We're at 4, 5, 6. And we can commit Becky, I guess. 7, 8. We're going at 8b4. To get 1 more point of damage onto this Dimensional Shambler. 8b4. -4. Okay, that's enough. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so he takes 1 point of damage, and then we'll discard the Beat Cop to do the last bit of damage. So that's 8 damage onto him. He goes into the victory display. And now it's just a matter of whether or not we can outpace the whether we can get all the doom off, but it shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so that was 2 actions. Yeah, 2 actions, and now he can test this. He's at 3v2 for the willpower test. Luke will commit Drawn to the Flame, and we'll spend a clue off one of these to make it down to 2. So he's at 4v2, and he'll commit his Cherished Keepsake to make it 5v2. So it's 5v2 to remove a doom. Okay, -2. So here we remove a doom. Actually, we could do it this turn. Yeah. If Luke passes all of his tests. Okay, so he's at, again, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'll spend a clue, turns down to 2, so he's up by 5. Zero. Remove a clue. 5v2. Oh wait, no, 5 up, right? We're spinning a clue. Not 5v2, 7v2. 5 up by 5. Okay, -2. And for the win, up by 5. We're taking one of these clues away. -1. And that is... Okay, if
there's no nudity unless an agenda. Advance. Okay, so we advance. Which... that is a good, nice R1. The book is closed now, and as you fasten the latchet and tuck it under your arm, you hope and pray that you can keep it safe, and that it will never be opened again. You know firsthand that only madness lies within its weathered pages, and it is now up to you to protect it from falling into the wrong hands. You breathe a bit easier, and find some measure of comfort knowing that the strange goings-on of the Excelsior have been put to rest. At least for now. And we got our 1. Which means, because we didn't put any innocents, and we did get or we didn't put any police in the victory display, we get, Tommy can add Sergeant Moreau to his deck, which is great. Give him that soak that he wants. And then we got Trombley and Dimensional Shambler for 3 victory points. We got the victory point of this location and the victory point of this location. So we got 5 victory points. Not ideal, but we netted 2. I wanted to get some more, but we just had some unfortunate treacheries there. But anyway, we still we netted 2, and we got the Sergeant Monroe, and that dagger, I suppose, as well, for what it's worth. But I think Sergeant Monroe will be really good for Tommy. But anyway, super fun scenario. I had not ever done this one before, so. Hopefully I got all the rules right. I'd never actually seen the Dimensional Shambler before. He's quite cool. So anyway, okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So next will be up the Search for Kadaf, which is I've played it now twice. It's so fun. Really looking forward to playing that with these two. So and I've got to make a decision about how what to do with the Black Cat interlude, which we'll see how that goes. Anyway. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Winging It.